Dear friend, there is something every human quietly carries within, the desire to get what they truly want. It may be success, peace, love, recognition, or simply a sense of direction in life. But somewhere along the way, this simple desire often becomes complicated. The mind begins to overthink, overplan, and overcontrol, as if forcing clarity will somehow bring results faster. Yet the more tightly you hold on, the more distant things can begin to feel. The truth is, most people do not struggle because they lack opportunities. They struggle because they lack clarity. When you're not fully honest with yourself about what you want, you end up chasing multiple directions at once. One part of the mind wants stability, another wants growth, another wants approval. And in this inner conflict, energy gets scattered. Nothing moves forward with full strength because nothing is truly aligned. Desire alone is not enough. Wanting something emotionally is very different from being aligned with it mentally and practically. Many people say they want success, but they have not defined what success means for them personally. Some want freedom, but are not ready to take responsibility. Some want peace, but continue feeding chaos through their habits and thoughts. Life responds not just to desire, but to consistency and clarity of direction. There is also a quiet misunderstanding that thinking more will create better outcomes. But thinking without action only creates illusion. Real change begins when intention turns into movement. Even a small imperfect step taken consistently in the right direction holds more power than endless planning. Life does not reward overthinking. It responds to what you actually do, not what you repeatedly imagine. At the same time, action without alignment also creates frustration. When your efforts are not connected to who you truly are or what you genuinely value, even success can feel empty. That is why clarity is not just about knowing what you want, but also understanding whether it is truly right for you. Not every desire is meant to be pursued blindly. Some desires are distractions in disguise. Often what you want also requires a version of you that does not yet exist. And life understands this better than the mind does. Sometimes delays are not rejection but preparation. The situation is not denying you something, it may be shaping you into someone who can actually hold it without losing balance. This is why impatience creates suffering, because it ignores the process of becoming. There is also a deep shift that happens when you stop trying to force control over outcomes. Control feels safe to the mind, but it often creates pressure instead of progress. When you're too attached to how things must happen, you lose the ability to adapt. But when you focus on what you can do today with sincerity, life begins to move in ways you could not have planned. Perhaps the most important understanding is this: you don't just attract what you want, you move toward what you are becoming. Your habits, your discipline, your emotional state, and your consistency shape your direction more than your thoughts ever will. If you are becoming focused, aligned, and steady, life naturally starts opening doors that match that state. So instead of constantly asking how to get what you want, it becomes more powerful to ask whether you are truly clear about it, whether your actions match it, and whether you are becoming the kind of person who can sustain it. Because when clarity, alignment, and action come together, life does not feel like struggle anymore. It begins to feel like natural movement. Radhe Radhe.